What would you do if the price of becoming rich overnight was sacrificing the person you love most? This is the story of Mustapha, a poor young man who made a deal with darkness and paid the ultimate price. Stay with me, because what happens at the end will shock you. At first, it looked like a miracle: money, cars, power, everything changed overnight. But soon, people started dying. And when the court finally spoke, they asked for something no one could imagine. Don't skip. Because the final decision he makes will change everything. Mustapha is a hardworking but extremely poor young man living in a small village with his sick mother. Every day he struggles to find work, but nothing ever seems to change. He watches wealthy businessmen drive through the village in expensive cars, and his heart fills with frustration. Deep inside, he begins to believe that life is unfair. One evening, while sitting near a roadside shop, Mustapha meets a mysterious stranger named Fode. Fode speaks calmly and confidently, telling Mustapha that he knows a way to make him wealthy beyond imagination. Mustapha is shocked by the offer but cannot stop thinking about it. That night, Mustapha tells his best friend Ibrahim about the strange man. Ibrahim becomes worried and warns Mustapha that quick wealth often comes with a terrible price. Mustapha remembers his mother's warning that evil wealth destroys lives. However, desperation slowly pushes him toward temptation. A few nights later, Fode returns and asks Mustapha if he is ready to change his destiny. After a moment of hesitation, Mustapha agrees to follow him. They walk deep into a dark forest where strange sounds echo through the night. Hidden in the forest is a secret shrine where men dressed in red robes are gathered. At the center of the shrine sits the powerful cult leader, Mr. Augustine. Mr. Augustine questions Mustapha about his desire for wealth. When Mustapha confirms that he wants to escape poverty, Mr. Augustine offers him membership in the secret brotherhood. The ritual requires him to drink from a bowl containing blood as a sign of loyalty. Although afraid, Mustapha drinks the blood while the cult members chant loudly. The next morning, something unbelievable happens. Mustapha wakes up to find a suitcase filled with money in his room. Within weeks, his life completely changes. He buys a beautiful house, expensive cars, and fine clothes. The villagers admire him and treat him with great respect. But while everyone celebrates his success, Mustapha begins having strange and terrifying dreams at night. Unknown to him, his journey into darkness has only just begun. Mustapha quickly becomes one of the most powerful and respected men in the town. People praise him everywhere he goes. Businesses appear to succeed effortlessly, and his wealth continues to grow. However, the success comes with disturbing consequences. Mustapha begins seeing strange shadows in his house at night and hearing whispers in his dreams. Fear slowly replaces the excitement he once felt. One evening, Fode visits Mustapha unexpectedly at his mansion. Fode reminds him that the Brotherhood never gives wealth for free. Soon, Mustapha will be expected to prove his loyalty. Meanwhile, mysterious deaths begin occurring in the town. A wealthy businessman suddenly dies under unexplained circumstances. The police begin investigating rumors about dark rituals connected to sudden wealth. Mustapha becomes increasingly troubled. His friend Ibrahim confronts him again, accusing him of being involved in something dangerous. Mustapha angrily denies it, but deep inside he knows Ibrahim might be right. Eventually, Mustapha receives a message from the cult ordering him to return to the shrine. When he arrives, Mr. Augustine announces that Mustapha must soon complete the final sacrifice required to secure his wealth permanently. Mustapha refuses, insisting that he cannot harm anyone. Mr. Augustine warns him that refusing the ritual will bring terrible consequences. Soon after, Mustapha's life begins collapsing. His businesses fail, money disappears mysteriously, and terrifying visions attack him every night. Dark spiritual forces seem to follow him everywhere he goes. During this time, Dija, Mustapha's loving girlfriend, begins to suspect that something is terribly wrong. She secretly follows him one night and witnesses him meeting Fode. Fear fills her heart. Eventually, the cult sends their final message. Mustapha must sacrifice the person he loves most. When Kima realizes the truth, he is horrified. The cult expects him to sacrifice Dija. He tries to escape the situation by running away with her, but the cult threatens him with devastating consequences. Soon afterward, Mustapha returns home and finds his mother dead under mysterious circumstances. The loss shatters him emotionally. Overwhelmed by guilt and anger, Mustapha realizes the cult has destroyed everything he cared about. Determined to end the nightmare, he decides to confront the cult during their final ritual. On a stormy night, the cult gathers once again at the hidden shrine deep in the forest. Torches burn around the ritual ground as thunder echoes through the sky. Mustapha arrives and discovers that Dija has already been captured by the cult members. She is tied near the altar, terrified and confused. Mr. Augustine hands Mustapha a ritual knife and commands him to complete the sacrifice. The cult members begin chanting loudly as the ritual begins. Dija looks directly into Mustapha's eyes and begs him not to kill her. Tears run down Mustapha's face as he remembers his mother's warning about evil wealth destroying lives. For a moment he stands frozen, holding the knife while the chanting grows louder. Suddenly, Mustapha throws the knife to the ground. He shouts that he will never serve darkness again. The cult members become furious and attack him. Chaos erupts inside the shrine as thunder crashes and strong winds shake the forest. Mustapha uses all his strength to fight desperately to free Dija. During the struggle, the cult leader Mr. Augustine falls into the ritual fire and is consumed by the flames. The remaining cult members panic and scatter into the darkness. By morning, the cult is destroyed. However, Mustapha's wealth disappears overnight. His mansion, cars, and money vanish as mysteriously as they first appeared. Now poor again, Mustapha returns to the village with Dija and Ibrahim. Though he has lost everything material, he has finally regained his freedom and his humanity. Standing beside his mother's grave, Mustapha quietly promises never to pursue wealth through evil again. As the sun rises over the village, a new chapter of life begins. Mustapha asks forgiveness from Dija to forgive him. If you were Mustapha, would you choose wealth or love? Comment below. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. More powerful stories are coming. But what if I told you the cult was never truly destroyed? Watch out for part 2.